I'm Liza and I suffered from SCAD, which is a spontaneous coronary artery dissection. I was at an open for inspection in a house that we were looking at buying. I started to feel pain in my arm, in my left arm. The pain radiated sort of from my shoulder down into my arm, and I was hot and sweaty at the time, but didn't want to cause a scene because I was in a house with people I didn't know. Luckily, my husband arrived and sort of recognised the symptoms that maybe I was having some kind of heart problems. I begged him not to call the ambulance, but he persisted and phoned, and it was really lucky that he phoned when he did, because the ambulance team arrived, and within 3 minutes of them assessing me, I went into cardiac arrest. My heart stopped beating for over half an hour. The ambulance team performed CPR for 32 minutes. I had 7 defibrillation shocks. When the ambulance team arrived, they had to cut my clothes off me, put the defibrillator on, and I think they were expecting once they defibrillated me once, I would come back to life, and that didn't happen. I turned blue and my eyes were bulging from all the compressions. I had several broken ribs and I didn't look in a great way. So my husband thought that he'd be telling his kids that, Mummy died today. I was taken to St Vincent's Hospital, rushed into emergency where they placed 3 stents in my heart. Spent 6 weeks in hospital and also had an ICD fitted before I left. The reason I had the heart attack and the cardiac arrest was because of SCADs, which is a really rare genetic problem that I have. I had no idea that I suffered from this prior to my heart attack. My LAD, which is the main artery in my heart, dissected, so it tore from top to bottom, leaving no healthy artery at all. I just presumed it wouldn't happen to me, and I always imagined that heart problems were for men over 60 and who carried a little bit of weight. I would never have thought that someone as healthy and as active as I was could or would suffer such a heart attack. Prior to my heart attack, I was really active, fit. I would run, swim. I've got 2 young children that I'm always running around with. Was working, a really busy, active, full-time mum. Never in a million years thought that I would have a heart attack. And I think that's why when my husband suggested call an ambulance, I would never have believed that I would have a heart attack, and not just a heart attack, a massive heart attack with a tear, cardiac arrest, 6 weeks in hospital. It never would have occurred to me. I do feel sorry for him. I think it was harder on the family than me, because I don't remember the event or ICU. They're the ones that saw how sick I was, and having to hear the doctor's advice and prognosis was hard for them to take, I think. Each day I'm here is a blessing. It's another day I get to spend with my kids and my family and live my life. I definitely don't stress out as much as I used to, or I'm not as busy as I used to be. Much calmer person. I'm strong. I think I've handled this really well. I was faced a massive challenge, and I think I've got over it pretty well. I remember thinking in the beginning, no one is as sick as me, or I can't believe I've just been through this. And you do get better at dealing with it and stronger, both physically and mentally. And it's something that to educate yourself about, and I do feel now I'm on top of it. I feel like I'm slowly getting my life back.